Over here, you son of a bitch.
So, the helmet effort's going to be led by Emily.
Very first part, the eye shrine, is gonna go to E3.
I'm gonna get Tim.
Some of the bigger, more iconic character-based moments from the first game were the boss fights. And I think some of the levels that we cut them from really need them.
Have we talked about the 1 year out meeting at all?
No, I don't know. Have you ever talked about the 1 year out meeting? When a game was a year out from being shipped or within that, Microsoft likes to know what the game's about. So we have to make a presentation to them about, like, this is Psychonauts 2. So it's mostly because they're like, okay, we need a year to plan selling this thing. What is this game we're going to be selling? And us explaining it to them. So that's going to be happening when?
It's March 6th.
March 6th. Friday, March 6th.
But the team doesn't have to do anything for it, right?
Nope.
That'll be fun.
I think I might get to ask for more money too. That'll be super fun. Yeah. Super excited about having to do that.
So it's more about like, this is what we have, and it's gonna be great.
You missed me with this and chicken McNuggets and a donut on my desk.
Okay, so we're still getting exposure problems.
We just finished milestone 11. We have milestone 12, which is going to wrap up all of our levels getting to alpha. So the final date we have is May 1st. We want to be in a state where we can play through all the levels. We are on track for that. We're also putting together an E3 demo, which is the level we're going to use is already looking really, really good. So I'll be meeting with some people who are involved with that effort later this week.
We did it. We did it. We did it. You built a level. It's definitely something. It happened. Okay, so what do we need to do? What do we want?
What is the most useful feedback?
All right, Andy, how long do we have left?
In this room?
Well, in life.
Yeah, on this earth.
All right. There are 8 working days left in this milestone.
Okay.
8.
Uh-huh.
So all the tasks that you should be putting up on the board today and starting on Tuesday should be in reference to what you can get done in 8 days.
I just gotta close up some holes and stuff. Like, for the most part, everything's in.
The other thing was the eyeballs.
Oh, right.
The eyeballs that track the player.
Yeah, I think that. Wait, what?
The eyes looking.
All
eyes on me.
all the eyes are looking. That all works. I'm doing it in materials. There's no CPU cost.
What?
See, they look. The eyeballs look at you.
They do look at you.
Oh my god, they do.
Can you pluck them off the bush?
Oh God.
Why is
that guy
good?
not looking
It's
at
fine.
I guess you
Keep breaking it. Keep breaking it. Don't
die.
stop showing breaking.
We're gonna put a secret down.
We can talk about making tasks, or we can play the video game. You can't do both.
Yeah.
Okay, you're cleaned out then. Okay, that was all I had.
Okay. Those are all the things?
That was all the things.
All the things.
So we captured a lot of stuff.
What about Clam?
Clam is very good at estimating his work, so I'm gonna trust that you've got that under control. And also, it's 5 o'clock, and I'm on fucking fire in this room. So,
Do you know if we have to be on the Xbox?
no, fuck no.
Yeah, are we just doing all PCs there?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, if Microsoft said we really need you to run on target hardware, I would go fuck you. I think I was kind of a dick in the last one.
Andy, what are you saying that I need to do better?
I don't know. We all just need to get better at following through what it is we want to make. I can't. It's a lot of talking about what we want to do and not a lot of writing it down.
Okay, they're in.
This is fucking madness. I can't do the Post-its anymore. I can't do it. I just can't fucking do it with the Post-it. It's too much. It's becoming a full-time job, chasing Post-its. So we sit down and have these meetings. Everyone's just like, yeah, I don't know. We talk, and everyone talks about stuff, but no one's like, you, what are you doing? Okay, how many points is that worth? Okay, what are you doing? Like, I can't get people to pay attention. And it's freaking me out. but we're here to kind of talk about if there's improvements, or if there's things we can do, things we need to change, or things that aren't even considered. Part of this, I will admittedly say right now, you know what this doesn't account for? Bosses. Do we want our bosses being in the video game a requirement of alpha? Probably. So we're gonna try to hash this all out. And if my count is correct, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 proposed. Compton, Bobsy, Hollis, Maligula, Helmet.
Well, I mean, we have yet to put a fully functioning boss into the game that everybody is just like fully supportive of.
How long did the bosses take in Psychonauts 1?
Forever.
Forever.
What happened
Can
to
I get
the-
a
I don't know if
quantifiable
there's, like,
amount of time instead of infinity?
Yeah, it's under 5 years. For each.
We're working on 7 levels simultaneously, just so you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the tricky thing with Hollis is like we've spent like a year on it or something like that, like between all the iterations of it. So it's
Probably
like,
longer.
Probably longer than a year.
Okay.
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 Thanks, everybody. Barfing to my mouth! Oh, little beak! His little beak.
But I think you should wait for 10.
Well, let's get started.
Okay, so
Because all the other ones I've heard 1 or 2 good ideas for, I feel like. Well, we haven't done anything for Bob Z, but I've heard some really good intentions to have some good ideas. Right. So Compton, let's start with that, because I know there's a big judge thing in there, but I was questioning whether the special judge was enough of a boss, because it was like just another judge that you fought. I mean, they are new in that level, but the puppets are bigger than the judge is one thing. Like, so it'd be neat if you fought them or cut their strings or something, like they're being...
Yeah, I mean, it'd be easy enough to just have them like flop into the space.
Have you played the Halls boss? Do you like it?
I hate it.
and it is an octopus.
And it's got to be the octopus, because you made and tying it into the fact that your original sin of what you committed, the horrible thing you did to Hollis's brain, it's got to undo that. It's got to kill the octopus you created, and it's got to break the mental connection. That could be a cutscene at the end, but whatever. Okay.
Then we get into the next act.
Which is
Cassie and Bob Z.
Bob Z's big whale. It's a big angry plant.
Yeah.
And then this
Or
is the
ship
finale.
battle.
And then the final boss.
I think it would be cool if we could do a ship battle, but I don't think engineering will say okay.
I think that's good.
Yep. So those are our bosses.
Those are our bosses.
And then the brunt of all of this work will start in May.
Yeah.
So in the immortal words of Optimus Prime, all we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.
Is that why you called this meeting, is to have like end it with that line?
But the Luctopus might be a big monster instead of a little baby.
If that changes, then that idea is up for debate.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not good. I haven't even wrapped my mind about
Okay, me neither.
what we're gonna do. So in
That
my
boss is
mind.
not getting done right
No.
now.
No, it's in the
No.
next milestone.
Yeah, and I can let everyone in the design channel know what's happening, especially Ben and JP, just so that they're aware of the decisions that were made here.
Is JP out today?
Yes. Yeah.
That whole team has been taken down with pestilence.
Pestilence.
What kind of pestilence?
Like a Warcraft.
Nobody has said.
Can you be
They're just
specific about the
sick.
symptoms?
They're just sick.
That's what my
You
necromancer
can't just say
would
that
do.
anymore. Sniffles?
More
High
hand
fever?
sanitizer, please.
Joshua's got the fever.
Yeah.
He was traveling too.
Well, he was in
Yeah.
Scotland now.
Did anyone see him after he went out into the snow?
Jeff says he's got the flu.
Jeff's got the
Thank you,
flu.
Allison.
That's what he said.
That's just PAX flu. You're fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just don't take any cruise ships. We'll be fine.
No. Why do people do
I was like, don't touch your face, and I was like kissing my fingers.
No, my parents just came.
All right. Let's get out of this large gathering. Anything else? Anyone have any questions about anything? Did I forget anything? Anyone want to
think
talk about
so.
anything? GDC was canceled.
Is there cake today?
That's kind of weird. Yeah, do we need to say anything about GDC being out? Do we know yet? I think most things that were happening that week are canceled. Our Day of the Devs show at the Alamo is canceled. So.
Really?
All the devs had to not come.
They haven't announced the specific plans, but GDC is going to be like still streaming some of the Indie Award show. So I guess they're still having one.
Lee Petty's on the board of, what's the board called? Secret Star Chamber of GDC.
Well, I'm only on the visual arts.
No, I mean, I've heard from Sony employees that are not allowed to travel. Like they're being told not to travel and anything like that. We have not gotten any sort of guidelines from that from Microsoft. They are just canceling their attendance to a lot of these events. I'm supposed to go to a big meeting in Seattle, and I'm like, Seattle, Washington's where they're having all these cases.
Have you?
Yeah. Thanks for letting us have this meeting remotely. I really did want to come up there and talk to you all in one room, but it's crazy times. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll just run through a little overview of the game and show a video. These are the levels of the game now. This one was one of our E3 and our PAX demo. Have you seen this one? And you accidentally trigger a sort of a gambling problem in her mind, and you have to fix that.
Wow.
High pressure Iron Chef cooking show type situation where he's being forced to cook meals really fast. Flat 2D type characters, everything made of paper in the tomb of the sarcophagus.
So amazing. That's good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But it's fun seeing that all together because the team has been working for a long time where you just go level by level and work on this stuff. We're always like, do we have enough? Do we have enough in this game? Is there enough stuff in it? Maybe we need some more ideas. And then you put that video together and you're like, oh, okay, I think there's enough in there.
And there wasn't enough ideas in that game. No, I don't think so.
Yeah. The other thing that we've added in is that milestone where we're just going to be working on the bosses. And that was an initiative we've discussed. We feel like we're being very conscious of the bosses being really important and wanting to give them the time they need. And then budget.
Kelsey, is there anything in here that's a big surprise? I don't really think so, is there?
No, nothing in here is surprising.
Okay, great.
Great. Okay.
What's the general feel amongst the team of the game? How do people feel about it? They're excited to work on it, feel good about it. Like, where's everybody at?
You know, they want to get things done. They want to have enough time to polish it and make it really good. But I think people feel really good about, you know, as long as we can execute on the quality of all the things that we have planned, that it'll be great. You know, I would say, you know, 90% of everything is nailed down as far as creatively speaking, and it's just a matter of execution.
So I think we're mostly aligned and good to go here. So we'll have hands-on demos. It'll be the first hands-on for the game. We'll have that as a consumer demo. I should back up and say, if E3 is a show, it'll be hands-on for consumers. So this really is a seeing is a believing title. So we want to get as many people through the experience as we can.
All right.
Wow.
Do you have any?
Okay, thanks everybody. Game looks great.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Right on.
Good. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Dan. Bye,
See you
David.
next time. Hope to see you in person someday.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.
That went well.
There's your people.
Piece of cake. Should we go drink now? Yes.
The 1 year out meeting was last week for Psychonauts 2, and thanks to everyone who helped out putting together materials for it. We blew them away. The meeting went really well, and the important part of it for me was that the budget for rest of Psychonauts 2 was approved.
Yeah, you guys are here, and you're gonna get paid.
Yay!
We made this like 15-minute video of the entire game, which we'll share with you at some point soon. And it's amazing to see, you know, the whole game just like in that little micro window. It just looks insanely cool. And even the 30 seconds of Helmet just kind of, you know, knocked the room over. They were just going crazy for it.
You know, if you understand game development, you look at it, you're like, holy crap, there's a lot of cool stuff in that game.
A lot of stuff in this video game.
Yeah, yeah.
So much stuff.
They're made of stuff.
It is.
Whether E3 will exist or not is pretty unknown. Seems kind of unlikely, but you know, Microsoft will do their own thing anyway, regardless of that. So we'll be part of something.
E3 canceled.
E3 is canceled.
Because E3 is now officially canceled,
the need for a playable pitch perfect demo is greatly diminished, if not completely non-essential.
We did Helmet, and now there's no E3. I'm a little disappointed, but
Are you going to start working from home soon, you think?
I don't know. I want to feel it out. It's really hard to do my job working from home, though.
Shit, Denmark is closed.
We should say something because people are like, "What's up? What's going to happen?"
Absolutely.
And does anyone here feel strongly about shutting the company down? Because some places have done that.
I think it sort of depends where people are coming from
Yeah.
and what they have to
Public transit.
encounter on the way
Although
here.
public transit was empty today, so I felt super safe. Like I was literally the only person on my train.
I don't see us needing to close the studio at this time. I mean, does anyone disagree with that?
I'm open to it if people want to talk about it, but it didn't feel like we were there, especially if people are voluntarily working at home. That kind of lowers the risk for everyone who doesn't. So just to recap where we've been and what we've announced so far, we definitely are really telling people not to come in if they're feeling at all sick. I hope that's obvious to everybody, but even if you have the sniffles, just stay home and work from home. We do not want people bringing in infection to the office. No toughing it out. If anyone feels more comfortable working at home during this period, we really want to encourage people to just go ahead and do that. And there's no shame in it, obviously. So any questions about that? It's not much of a real announcement, but we just want to make sure that people know where we stand on all that stuff.
Well, the coffee shop's closed, so I don't know how to survive now.
Oh,
I
are
don't know
they
what to do.
shut that down for COVID?
Yeah.
The point is not open.
It's a ghost town outside. It's crazy. The
It
freeways
really
are
is.
empty. No one's coming to the
I
city.
didn't look right. Are we the last people here?
I think so.
Oh, maybe we are being too lackadaisical.
Why do you guys think the point closed? I mean, obviously coronavirus, but like more specifically.
I think coronavirus.
Did they just close it as a precautionary measure for coronavirus?
Probably, yeah.
We're talking
Most bigger companies like
Oh, the point.
Pinterest size
Yeah.
are basically closing their shit down to outside visitors. Of
Makes
any
sense.
kind.
I got a friend who works just up the street, and their entire company is working from home for like next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's just-
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard basically everywhere in the world right now is like in quarantine to some capacity. So
Which, I mean, that'll help reduce spread of the virus. Like that'll do stuff.
I mean, Northern Italy is just like gone full. Don't go out of the fucking house, you idiots.
yeah, have you seen basically it's all of Italy now? It's not just
Oh,
northern.
really? Oh yeah, shit.
all
Front
of Italy
page
is
New York
going on
Times.
Oh man.
You think you're going to be here for SDF Monday?
I don't know if anyone's going to be here Monday. It's looking grim, and not in a good way. Can you hear me now? Hello? Do I sound good? Hi, welcome to my show, everybody. First caller. Ah! I hung up on everybody. Okay, it's a little rough. It's fine. It's going to be great.
People in here.
Okay. All right.
All right. I guess Tim
No,
might
not yet.
be here.
Yeah, Tim, we're all here. You want to kick it off?
All right. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Welcome to my home. Hopefully, you all saw the announcement about us going to full-on work from home starting next week. I think on this team, in particular, Psychonauts 2, we have like a challenging milestone already, and then some deadlines, and then it's all challenging. But I really I'm hoping we can just be extra communicative with each other and really still do our best to pull these levels together. You people who have been working remotely are, of course, our models who can show us the way for working at home and look how successful Ray is there working at home. Look how happy he is. We're all going to be as happy and peaceful as Ray soon.
All right.
Okay, then. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. See you on the internet.
See you on the internet.
I guess one of the obstacles during game dev should have been biblical, so here we are.
There was no room for error.
Yeah.
And then this coronavirus thing happened. So that's it. Like we're off the charts now. We are screwed. This milestone is totally fucked.
I like this portal into everyone's inner space. I realize how sparse mine is. I have nothing cool behind me.
Are we showing our houses?
Some of us are.
I thought we were.
Well, I think I can show mine.
Plants.
Oh, plants.
Plants.
Got all
Plants.
these
Plants.
plants.
Plants. Plants. Plants.
Plants.
Plants.
We're gonna play
Music.
Oh,
Start a band, guys.
We got a band.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. It's nice to see most of you. We're just here to say this is just like every other week, and everything's totally normal, and there's nothing weird about this.
We have yet to put a fully functioning boss into the game.
Bob sees it's a big angry plant.
Or ship battle.
Gigi and Vic and I are going over to PAX, and we will avoid getting the coronavirus. It's a ghost town outside. It's crazy. The freeways are empty.
Oh, maybe we are being too lackadaisical. Hopefully you all saw the announcement about us going to full-on work from home starting next week.
This milestone is totally fucked.
Started, okay. I'm here with my lovely crew, my daughter living on the camera, my wife over there in our very cozy office situation. I have a cuckoo clock. It makes meetings interesting. Beautiful, isn't it? We're at home. I'm at home, like a lot of you, just trying to stay healthy and sane and trying to get outside once in a while when it's safe. I'm here in my backyard, which is an exotic and faraway location right now. Here's my house. I can hold, my house is so tiny, I can hold it in the palm of my hand. It's got one bathroom. And amazingly, work is still getting done on the game. It's not helping us get the game done any faster, but we are definitely still working on the game. It's an adjustment, but everyone's kind of settling into it and doing it for as long as we need to. So in the midst of all that, we've hired a new gameplay programmer. It was weird to introduce someone to the team on video. Okay, hi everybody. Please join me in welcoming Julie Gregg to Double Fine Productions. Julie, where are you? I'm gonna play the game where I find your face. There you are. You got a little yellow box around you. Hi, Julie Gregg. And she's great, and we've also brought on a few new cinematic artists and other new people, even in this crazy time. And it's been really interesting, and I think the team has really been doing an amazing job of staying connected, both in terms of work and productivity, but also socially.
This week would have been GDC, and there is some stuff being live streamed. But yeah, it's going to be weird. In the bottom corner, there's a thing that says stop video, and there's a little arrow that points up next to it. If you click that, and then you can choose virtual background.
It's the only video I could find.
By the way, Lauren, your microphone is not muted. Alt A if you need to.
Good. Just doing the work from home thing. So setting up computers, adjusting all that.
Lauren, we're listening to you in your conversation.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Lauren!
Ooh, you guys are matching.
I know, me and Gigi are matching. This is me. Oh, no.
Wait,
Gigi,
like,
I'm a very handsome dude.
You look like my brother Chase.
You're a very handsome man.
Trying to get together and do things like watch movies together and play games together, do yoga together, and all the things that we used to like doing with each other.
I got sciatic nerve things.
Upper back shoulders for me, Katie.
Upper back shoulders.
My elbow and wrist is killing me.
Oh, we're falling apart.
Now it's that, plus also cats, pets, children bursting into frame.
Are they a bonded pair?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Brothers. What are their names?
Where are the kittens? Where are the kittens?
All right.
Ezra and
What are
Zeb.
their names?
That's so cute.
What are the names?
Ray and Rusty.
Zeb.
Are they really named Zeb and Ezra?
They'd be much older, Tucker, if it was Ray and Rusty.
That's amazing.
I'll give you a little glimpse of Double Fine. This is Double Fine, Utah. This is my son. He's playing Animal Crossing. You can see our dog. Even our dog is bored these days.
Hey, Yuki.
Okay. It wasn't that big an adjustment to be working, but it was an adjustment having kids at home.
Hey.
You can see today on Wednesdays, we actually have all of the animators together. Everybody's streaming in Google Hangouts, so it's definitely not ideal, but we are making progress, and everybody's going through this together. So anyway, that's it.
Can I ask, how's everyone doing? How does it seem like all the folks are doing kind of through this? And it seems like signs are pointing to longer time away. If Google just said that they're not going to reopen until July 2021, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, how's everyone doing?
I left the house for the first time, so that was.
You're just trying to get it. You're like, I'm sick of this. I'm just gonna go get it.
Like you don't go for walks?
We went for our first walk recently. Like we weren't going for walks now.
When my dog's here, I go for walks, but when he's not, I just work and then I go to sleep.
How are you doing, Key?
It's like this. You know, you think it's gonna get better, and then you read the news, and then you get really sad because it's not, and it feels like just nothing really is gonna change. To be honest, work has been for me like nice in that I feel like I could affect change, that I could do something about things, as opposed to other stuff happening in the world that I don't have control over.
You guys, if it's really loud, just scream as loud as you can.
I am internally.
Can you guys hear now?
Yep.
Yeah.
No? Can I hear you?
I don't know.
We hear you.
No, I don't hear you.
Your voice.
You don't hear us?
Just put on the headphones.
Yeah. So I don't think he can hear us.
Kill me.
Anyone else getting really bad video quality right now?
Yeah, it's like chopping around and stuff. This is going to be the part that requires some tweaking. The camera's on a spline right now, and where the camera is on... Uh-oh. Are you there? Tim?
Yeah.
Okay. Your
Can you hear me?
video froze.
Oh, it says my internet. No.
I love.
It is very broken.
I love sharing things over the internet. It is so
It's
functional
awful.
and good.
It's awful. It's so fucking kill me, man.
Like, because of the pandemic, are we still November release?
That's an interesting question, Dave. So when we had our 1 year out meeting, one of the risks was not worldwide global pandemic. That wasn't actually on our risk list. We didn't really have any mitigation steps for that one. Sounds like we're not the only limited integration studio having this conversation with Microsoft. Their overall guidance has been, be safe. take care of your team, you have stability. And to me, it doesn't really make sense for us to pick a new date out of a hat while we're all out of the office and trying to get stuff done. But when we get back into the office, that'll probably be one of the first things we try and figure out.
Do we know what happened last sprint from a like total work done?
Yeah, we're down anywhere from 30 to 50% from where we were.
I've definitely felt the slowdown from my team as well, but things are getting done.
The first milestone in quarantine, we hit a lot of the levels seem to slow down a lot. For a certain level, seem to slow down a lot, and I couldn't tell if it was quarantine or if it was just that we kind of overloaded those levels.
Like I am fully behind just dropping everything and getting it working right now. And it's, you know, a part of me feels it might be good for people too, because they can not focus on the levels, which in a lot of cases are going nowhere because of our situation.
What are the levels that are going nowhere? All of them?
Right now, Gristle has been in limbo. Like Will and I have no art to do in there because we're waiting on design.
I mean, that sounds like a huge, like, red alarm kind of situation.
It is. I mean, I've been trying to shout it at the top of my lungs, but
it seems like it kind of like snuck into this meeting. Kind of like the lead has been buried here. Like if there are two levels that are not progressing, is that the sense that we have right now?
I mean,
that's big news.
I don't think
Hollis is having a lot of the same problems too. So,
like the Hollis level, and every time we work on it, it's like one of those weird fractal CG images where you get closer and it just becomes more complicated, and it just never seems to end. It seems like there's a level inside of a level inside of a level, because we, for scheduling purposes, realize the Hollis is 2 or 3 levels, but we've just been calling it 1 level.
But on the topic of these things, there's 5 weeks left in this milestone. How are you guys doing?
I mean, looking at how like progress is going on the MCon stuff alone, I think we're going to need more time because we still have a game room, all of the MCon areas. We haven't touched most of Hall Class. And I think just because our designers can really only focus on one space at a time, and we have just 2 designers, like it is probably going to need at least 1 more sprint. We can only do so many things at a time.
So that realization, I think, made the whole team feel like, well, we can't get this done by the milestone. We can get this part of it done, you know. And I think it's recovered from that in that we've made the schedule more honestly reflect the work to be done in that level.
We need to continue working on that from the very beginning all the way to the Morris section.
I forgot to mention, Eggbeater, there doesn't seem to be any path.
The parts are there, but they're not polished and they're not shippable. I think the goal here would be to get those sections shippable so we know how much work it's going to take for the rest of the thing. The progress on this level has been pretty good, though. It's, you know, I think if we were in the office, it could probably be going a little faster, but I have been impressed at the speed that it's been working. This level has been coming together in quarantine, which is nice. That has been not fully my experience.
What is he doing?
One-handed push-up.
Okay. What's that effect? Is it putting me back?
It should be like a pushing you back. There needs to be an animation for that.
Oh.
Whoa!
That's awesome.
Oh, now I'm gonna kill the other runner.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're dead, clubs. Oh, no.
That's a new.
Yay! Fun somehow. I'm used to playing the demo and critiquing every single thing, like that penetration on Hollis's butt. Yeah, look at Tucker's long hair. It's good. I think it's a good look for you. You should go with it. Let it go. Yeah.
I was like Keanu earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, great compliment.
Super cute. That's awesome. All right, everybody. Good to see you all. I have my 11 a.m. booty call.
All right.
Enjoy.
Takes me a sec to realize what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do. I had no idea what you're talking about.
I like to leave these notes around the house for my wife to find. Booty call, 11 a.m. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
But now things have moved on to the boss phase.
Shit, you already know I'm obsessed with it. I can't get enough. Back with another milk. Help! Help! Help me! Help! Shit, you already know I'm obsessed with it.
We had a big change where we actually paused all development on all of their games, including Derek's game, which is going to be awesome. I was really excited about him doing that game and sad to pause that. And Lee's game that I'm excited about and had to pause that. We brought everybody in the studio back to Psychonauts in an effort to get Psychonauts done somewhere near where we want it to get done. We are actually requiring the help of both of our other two projects. We are having to pause development on those temporarily while we ask that team to come help us wrap this game up, because we really can't crunch the team, and we can't move our deadline anymore, and we can't cut any more things from the game, because we really need this game to be this first game from both because it's a Psychonauts game and because it's the first game we're doing. Microsoft can't lower the quality bar on it. So because of all those constraints, we are getting our help from our friends on the other projects. And it's unfortunate because we don't want to pause those projects. Those are really important projects for me personally to get made and for the whole team, and they're really great games. And we're excited about them, but we are in a kind of very urgent situation with Psychonauts 2. And we're going to start after this next sprint, integrating them more after doing some planning.
We've been documenting as much as we possibly can, and we're going to do some final play tests before we put it to sleep and put it in cryostasis. Yeah, and but yeah, we're just maybe a couple people getting some rest and looking forward to working on Psychonauts because it looks amazing.
Because when we're looking at the schedule, we're going to go into next year, and if we didn't get help on the project, it would go into next year, and who knows how long. Like, it seemed like it was just never ending. And of course, we're always looking at, can we cut stuff? And I felt like the problems were that we had cut a lot of important stuff, like the boss fights, and we had to stop cutting that stuff. We just had to get stuff done.
The first big item then is at the end of the Compton level, you fight the 3 puppet judges. Now I realize you guys who are coming in have no idea what that means probably.
Oh, welcome to the project.
Don't forget they're goats.
And they're all goats. Yes, goat, puppet, goat, hand puppet characters.
Sounds amazing.
Your background, just move a little bit to your left. There's children here. Thank you.
All right. So my next agenda item from that is we have the team consisting of Lee and Gabe, and there's been kind of some discussion back and forth. Somebody in some meeting said Gabe's good at hooking up dialogue, so I just wrote down that note.
He is. You're welcome.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that for now.
Well, I think I could easily see Gabe and Lee making like enough of a prototype to use as kind of a document to make everyone understand what the design is, to like test out scale and camera issues and that kind of pitch type stuff.
Okay.
And so we got the help of Lee. It's really nice to have Lee on the team. It's like during Broken Age, having someone not senior who can just kind of take a area of the game and apply his brain to it.
Things coming to a head. Coming to a head is one way to say it. Yeah. Wrapping up nicely and elegantly is another. Yeah. Yet a third way is crash landing a plane. I'm not saying either of those is appropriate.
But how's it feel to be inside of the chaos now, like versus just watching it from afar?
I didn't say chaos. You said chaos. Oh, my first impression is there was some really cool stuff in there. There was a lot in the game, like there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of really cool moments. There's some really neat, weird, I'll call it quasi-psychedelic stuff that they're doing with portals and camera and things like that I really liked. And so those are all the things that struck me. And then the other thing was just like, wow, there's still, and I knew it was going to be a lot of content because I knew I'd played through Psychonauts 1. There's a lot of unique content. And so I was like, wow, there's still a long way to go for this game to get done. Which wasn't a surprise. It was just a reaffirmation of like, yep, there's a lot of levels. They're big. There's a lot of unique moments. These all got to be connected and refined enough and the storytelling has to have all these through lines. I think the bosses, at least in, say, Tim's mind, they're there to serve these big narrative beats, probably even more so than player skill testing. And I think that's probably appropriate for Psychonauts too. You know, we'll see how it all fits together, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes, but I think you always want like a little surprise or a fresh experience at the end, regardless of its mechanical skill challenge level or its narrative beats. Just like you want to see something a little different. And that's what we're trying to do. This was an idea, maybe not the best idea, but
I've seen enough.
Come on, downsize is a mini Bob. Look
You're
it.
taxed. You're downside. Those are good. Man, the dialogues are written.
And then to mix it up, or instead of, we also have this other idea here. He doesn't have to say fire, but it's still about the idea of him firing you. And then you get to the island, and then there's Bob's in this little cocoon. I think probably whatever makes most sense to you from a writing standpoint of that, because it's just a small action we wanted to give the player, so they had a moment to see Bob struggling with this moth. And so you think
I have to clean up this cat barf. Hold on.
you say he has to clean up some cat barf?
I think so.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there'd be some details that work out, but I can't imagine any of the big ideas not working.
So that's awesome. And so we have Derek and his people and Kevin working with Jeff. So it's a little mix of the old team and the special pitch hitters team working on stuff in Compton's level. And it's really gross, but cool.
You were saying you were reading from a document, something about a puke laser?
I'm reading Jeff's description of the puke laser, and it's beautiful. Jeff, you're a poet. This is great.
As these goats are sweeping the combat arena with their puke, and you sort
Excuse me, did you say sweeping the playfield with their puke?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
Up, down, left, right, BA. Start. There we go. Okay.
Guys.
So there's basically 4 different versions that Derek mocked up.
Wait, they're eating their own puke?
That is the implication in that first one. And also the second one.
It's a little rough, you guys.
Yes.
Whoa. Some luscious barf. Oh, what you do, hold to the struggle?
Struggle, yeah.
No!
Oh.
No, God!
We can also quickly look at the attacks for the hands.
I really like the blender.
Plus, isn't Egg Beater Raz's
oh, yeah.
call sign?
That's right, it is.
No, my God!
Definitely
Gary.
I didn't realize how much like vomit is just this amazing catalyst for all your guys' creativity.
No, I I hadn't seen a ton of the game beforehand, so it was really surprising how much was in there and how great it looked. It was actually really intimidating to try to come on and like do some. Like, you want me to design stuff for this? Because it's like you guys are doing great. I don't like, why am I? You don't need me. Just yeah, but yeah, it was nice though.
Another big thing we did was we made a cuckoo clock. We got a cuckoo clock. No, another thing we did was made Seth Marinello the lead designer, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time because we haven't had a lead designer for a while.
Hello, sir. Welcome to our first base touching of the new era of Seth Runs Everything.
I don't know if that's exactly the case.
I am taking off. I'm going to go on vacation. You're in charge of this shit show.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hi, Lily. As after Zach left, we had no lead designer for over a year.
And I would kind of act as the final decision maker, being creative director on the project. But you need more than that. You need like someone in there who kind of keeps the whole design of the project in their head and helps everybody know what's designed, helps everyone knows what all the decisions are, and helps everyone remember how the whole thing fits together.
Our game is really big, and a lot of people don't touch every part of it frequently. I mean, I was just having a conversation with Lauren earlier about how now that we have this upgraded side blast thing that chains, there's this problem where in all the later levels of the game, none of which we're working on right now, you can shoot a regret and it bounces to the other regrets.
Seems like I killed them all in one shot.
And you can kill like 5 of them in one shot, like you saw in the Bob Z level. It's like,
I'm still talking to you. I think that's a fine development. Like I kind of think, in fact, there should be a moment. I always hate in the game where they escalate both things at the same time. But I feel like there should be a moment where for like half a level you really can waste all the regrets as much as you want, really fast. And then you're like, oh, now the regrets have powered up too. Now there's double regrets, or like armored regrets, or big weight regrets, or something we can do simply, or just more regrets. And I've been turning to Seth a lot for especially narrative stuff. I'm like, wait, what state do we have Ford do this and we have this? And like, when did we say that was that? Can you walk around? Can you get to this place when you? And he usually can sum it up, either a document or a memory of what we decided on that. And it's been so many years on this project that some of the decisions were made 5 years ago. And we're like, wait, what did we say we were going to do with that? Because there's a plan for everything, right?
I absorb a lot of it, and it just sort of sits in my head in a way that I can access. 2999 is like reunite with Nona, and it's the transition from Ford Gravedigger into Act 3. It's like at a certain point, you're just like, I don't know, I just look at this every single day for now 3 years.
So anyway, Seth has always been, through all the crazy ups and downs the project's happened, the project has been through so many conflicts and some ugly times, and Seth has always been just very positive in pushing forward solutions. Like, oh, here's a design doc. Here, I designed this thing. It's not designed yet. Here it is. And so, I've always appreciated his ability to just focus on what's the work that we need to do and get it done. Well, if you boot up the game right now, and you're Microsoft, when would be the first point you'd hit something really janky?
Well, Hollis.
Yeah.
Which isn't really that janky. I think the question is like
not finished. I mean, maternity and stuff like that. The mini games were not finished. They're not in alpha.
Huh. Well, it's different, but maybe it's not so bad.
And that's one of the interesting things where, like, right now we actually have a lot of really good content, but it's not pulled together in a way where you can, like, you have to squint really hard to see what it's trying to be.
I know there's this time ticking where there's this grace period where then Microsoft's going to be like, hey, send us the build. Like, send us the game. And if I hesitate even a second, I would send up a million red flags for me. Like, the game's been in production for like 4.5 years, and it's going to be shipping soon. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to send you a build right now. Like,
I'm just starting in my head to start thinking about, like, how much is this game going to slip its date? Because, we should, Andy and I started talking about this yesterday, and I was going to be quiet, but then, sorry, Andy, I have some, we're going to have to start having some more serious discussions about dates soon, I think. I'm not sure we can wait till we're back in the office to review the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with all that.
My gut on this is we really do not know the true answer to that until we lock ourselves into a room for 2 weeks.
So we can't do that, though.
Planning, and I know we can't do that.
Well, we can't do that mostly because
we end up in a place where we've got some wish list date, and then the team is upset because they feel like they have a goal they can't hit, and we can't keep doing this to the team either. So we have to have some better process of picking a date.
This game, from what I've seen, could go on forever.
I agree, but we also can't pick a date the team doesn't believe in again.
I think most people feel like, okay, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this game, and it probably can be stitched together to be great. You know what I mean? But I don't think people are like, yes, we're 100% sure all these levels are great, right? And so it's not like we're in that position where we're just kind of noodling with something and changing colors back and forth because we can't decide about what's greater. It's more like we're worried, like, oh, this game can't be bad. And our first game with Microsoft can't be bad, and Psychonauts games can't be bad, Double Fine games can't be bad.
We need the qualitative information from you, Tim, and the leads to the team to tell them what to do to close this game.
Okay.
Because we've done a lot of exploration and testing and prototyping, and we've been in this space for so long. People they're ready for, like, just tell me how to finish.
Making out. Making out. Making out. Making out. Yeah! Make out. Woo!
I hate you, Gigi. My wife is so embarrassed now.
Hi, Kevin.
Andy.
Hi, Tucker.
What's up?
Hi, Melina.
Howdy.
What I wanted to share was kind of, as of this morning, I think this list represents.
I love the title. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You like that?
Andy, are you okay?
Good morning, everybody. This is just like every other week, and everything's totally normal, and there's nothing weird about this.
Google just said that they're not going to reopen until July 2021, right?
Oh my God.
We're down anywhere from 30 to 50%.
You know, this game, from what I've seen, could go on forever.
I agree, but we also can't pick a date the team doesn't believe in again. They were ready for like, just tell me how to finish.
Let me ask first. Do you have a catchy name for this milestone yet?
No.
Because I think it's alpha, isn't it? Right? Because we got to tell a team something really big and clear. I think for a lot of decisions that come down the road, and people are thinking about what they're working on. Like this is basically the milestone that anything that's not in is not going to go in unless there's a really serious discussion about it, right?
Correct.
This December is a really special month for the project because it's our last chance to put anything new in the game. All the levels are in the game. Obviously, there's a bunch of cutscenes that aren't in the game yet.
I don't think we'll have all the animation in because I don't think we'll have all the writing in. Not to put you on the spot, but there's still writing that doesn't exist. So
that's not that much.
But I mean, that's not alpha.
Yeah.
It's and I will be honest with this group. I haven't been reluctant to say this is alpha because we've done this twice in the past to this team, and I don't want to do it a third time because it's not true. I mean, I've had it said to my face many times on this project, yeah, I've heard that before, Andy. And yeah. I think, so forgive me all if I'm a little reluctant to just get up in front of the team on Friday and say, hey, everybody, this next milestone is alpha.
I don't want to lie to people and say we're at alpha when we're not, but I also don't want people to feel that it's possible to add features next milestone. I like that we've totally broken the production process so much we can't even use the language of it anymore.
Tim, if you get up in front of the team and say, we are approaching what's probably going to be one of the most important milestones we've had thus far, so let's talk about what that means. I think that's the team meeting on Friday.
Hope everyone's doing okay today too, because it's super smoky. Is it pretty bad, kind of all up and down the area for everyone?
Kind of spooky. Perfect
Apocalyptic
for,
is probably the right term to use. You know, every year they say this is the worst fire season ever, and it is. Every year builds on the last one, it seems like.
Yeah, it really does.
The air quality index numbers and stuff, like normal is like 25, right? and we were at like 145.
168 here, down here in Oakland.
Wow.
Smoke from the dozens of major wildfires mushroomed into thick blankets of clouds so vast they could be seen from space. Beneath those clouds, a suffocating haze. San Francisco was bathed in an ominous, toxic glow.
Sky's not orange right now.